Welcome to Arctic Fortress, the heavy assets designed to stop a U.S. invasion in the deadliest cold on Earth. Let's start with the heavy armor. The Iron Fist, Leopard 2A7DK. The Viking's Hammer, one of the deadliest tanks on Earth, specifically modified for sub-zero combat. It fires the DM-63 tungsten round, which can punch through modern armor like butter. Upgraded with the Barracuda thermal camouflage, it becomes invisible to thermal sights while sniping U.S. tanks from 4 kilometers away. Wisent 2, the Battle Medic, a massive 60-ton engineering tank built on the Leopard chassis. It is designed to drag disabled vehicles out of the line of fire while under heavy attack. With a remote-controlled .50 cal machine gun, it can fight back while saving the crew. Laguan 2, the Gap Crosser, the most critical logistical vehicle in the Arctic. It carries a 26-meter deployable bridge that can be laid out in under 5 minutes. This allows heavy tank columns to cross deadly glacial fissures and frozen rivers that would otherwise trap the army. Next is the infantry fighting vehicles. The Wolfpack CV-9035DK, the Snow Stalker, a light tank designed to hunt infantry. It uses a 35mm autocannon with a special trick, programmable airburst rounds. These shells calculate the distance and detonate above snowbanks, raining shrapnel down on troops who think they are safe behind cover. Piranha 5 Infantry Carrier, the Fortress, a fast, wheeled bunker protected by modular composite armor. It rushes troops at 100 kilometers per hour over ice while its stabilized machine gun suppresses enemy convoys. It uses run-flat tires, so even if shot, it keeps moving. Piranha 5 Command Post, the Brain, a rolling server room stripped of heavy guns. It coordinates the entire defense, allowing generals to direct airstrikes, artillery, and drones from the safety of an armored hull deep in the interior. Piranha 3, the Reserve, amphibious and battle-tested. While older, hundreds of these are held in reserve. In a total war, they would swarm the front lines to deliver ammunition and reinforcements where speed matters more than heavy armor. Next is Arctic Transport, the Snow Specialists, BVS-10 Beowulf, the Snow Train. It doesn't plow snow, it drives on top of it. This articulated beast is fully amphibious, capable of swimming across freezing lakes and climbing steep ice ridges where standard tanks would slide and crash. M113G4 PMV, the Veteran, an upgraded classic fitted with rubber band tracks to reduce vibration. Its light footprint allows it to float over deep, soft snow, making it the primary workhorse for deep winter operations when the roads disappear. M113G4 Anti-Tank, the Giant Killer, a specific variant armed with the Spike LR2 missile system. It hides in the treeline, locks onto the heat signature of a U.S. tank 5 kilometers away, and fires a missile that steers itself to the target. Next is Light Armor and Special Ops. Hit and Run. Eagle 5, the Scout, a mine-resistant patrol truck with a V-shaped hull. The gunner sits inside the warm, armored cabin, using a joystick and a screen to fire the heavy machine gun, staying protected from snipers and the biting wind. Supercat HMT-400, the Jackal, an open-top speedster used by the elite Jaeger Corps. Bristling with heavy machine guns, it is designed for shoot-and-scoot raids, hitting U.S. supply lines hard and vanishing into the blizzard before air support arrives. Polaris MRZR, the Flea, a tiny, ultralight buggy that can be sling-loaded under a helicopter. It rushes special forces to high mountain peaks inaccessible to trucks, allowing them to set up ambushes from the high ground. Yamaha Viking, the Mule, a tactical ATV used for logistics. Troops use it to sprint ammunition through narrow ravines and dense forests. While unarmored, its speed is its defense, allowing hit-and-run rocket attacks. Next is Mobile Artillery and Coastal Defense. Mobile Harpoon Battery, the Land Shark, a heavy truck armed with quad harpoon missile launchers. It hides in coastal caves and drives out to fire anti-ship missiles, capable of sinking U.S. aircraft carriers 124 kilometers offshore. PULS Rocket System, the Blizzard, a multiple-launch rocket system with a 300 kilometers range. From the safety of the deep interior, it launches precision missiles to strike U.S. supply ships trying to navigate the narrow fjords. Atmos 2000, the Thunder, a truck-mounted 155mm howitzer with an automated loader. It fires 3 rounds in 15 seconds and drives away before the first shell even hits. This shoot-and-scoot tactic makes it nearly impossible to destroy. M982 Excalibur, the Sniper Shell, specialized GPS-guided artillery ammunition. Unlike Unlike dumb shells, it steers itself in mid-air, capable of hitting a specific parked car from 40 kilometers away with surgical precision. Cardum 10. The pocket artillery, a heavy 120mm mortar mounted inside the Piranha V. It utilizes a computerized aiming system, allowing the crew to rain fire on the enemy without ever stepping out into the freezing cold. Weeble Doppler radar, the tracker, a specialized Danish radar. It tracks the trajectory of incoming enemy artillery shells to calculate exactly where the US guns are hiding, allowing for immediate and accurate counterfire. Next is air defense and engineering. Piranha Sky Ranger, the drone killer, a mobile turret armed with a 30mm revolver cannon. It fires 1,200 rounds per minute, creating a wall of tungsten pellets designed to shred suicide drones and cruise missiles out of the sky. Hydrema 910 MCV, the Pathmaker, a specialized tank that flails the ground with heavy chains. It spins at high speed to detonate buried mines, clearing a safe path for aircraft to land on the runways. Hydrema 912 HM, the Combat Builder, a high-speed Danish dump truck. When runways are bombed, it rushes asphalt and earth to the craters at 50 kilometers per hour, repairing them in minutes so the F-35s can keep flying. Next is the helicopter fleet. Vertical Supremacy, H-101 Merlin, the King of the North, one of the few helicopters in the world certified to operate in -45°C. It has the power to move entire platoons or lift artillery pieces over the ice cap, bypassing US blockades entirely. MH-60R Seahawk, the sub-hunter, operating from frigates, it drops active sonar buoys into the freezing water. It listens for the faint propeller noise of US nuclear submarines hiding beneath the ice shelf. AS-550 Fennec, the Swarm Scout, a small, agile helicopter armed with lasers and machine guns. It hides behind glaciers, popping up for seconds to paint targets for airstrikes before disappearing again. Next is naval defense, the Great Wall of Water, Iver Huitfeldt class, the Polar Shield, an advanced air defense frigate equipped with the massive Smart L radar. It can track targets 400 kilometers away and launch SM-2 missiles, effectively creating a no-fly zone over the entire island. Epsilon class, the Warlord, a hybrid ship, half warship, half transport. It fights ship-to-ship battles with Harpoon missiles while carrying 7 main battle tanks or 200 naval mines in its internal flex deck. 127mm Mk-45 gun, the Sledgehammer, the main naval deck gun. It fires extended-range guided shells that can hit ground troops 30 kilometers inland, acting as naval artillery support for the Army. SM-2 Block 3A, the Interceptor, a Mach 3.5 surface-to-air missile. It is designed to swat high-altitude US bombers and fighter jets out of the sky before they can release their payloads. RIM-162 ESSM, the Missile Eater, a hyper-agile interceptor that pulls 50 G-turns. It is specifically designed to shoot down incoming supersonic anti-ship missile seconds before they impact the ship. Terma Seaguard, the Decoy, it shoots confusion. It launches patterns of chaff and flares to fool the seekers of incoming missiles, causing them to miss the ship and harmlessly hit the water. Harpoon Block 2, the Ship Killer, a sea-skimming missile that uses GPS to navigate around islands. It stays low to avoid radar, punching massive holes in the sides of US troop transports. Mu-90 Impact Torpedo, the Sub Crusher, a smart torpedo designed for shallow water. It uses a shaped charge warhead to punch through the double hulls of nuclear submarines hiding under the ice. Thetis class, the Icebreaker, built with a double-reinforced hull to ram through 1-meter-thick sea ice. It carries depth charges to ambush enemy landing craft in frozen bays where standard warships cannot go. Knud Rasmussen class, the Coast Guard, small and stealthy. It utilizes the jagged geography of the fjords to mask its radar signature, ambushing submarines in shallow water with modular weapons. Storebro SB-90E, the Interceptor, a waterjet-powered assault boat capable of 40 knots. Can stop instantly and is used to drop frogmen onto rocky shorelines for lightning-fast raids. Finally, the Air Force, the Eyes Above, F-35A Lightning II, the Invisible Guardian, a fifth-generation fighter that acts as a quarterback. It jams electronics and guides missiles to targets without ever revealing its own position on radar. F-16AM Fighting Falcon, the Old Guard, upgraded with modern data links. These jets fly low-altitude, wild weasel missions to hunt down enemy radar sites while the F-35s control the sky. AIM-120 AMRAAM, the Long Arm, an active radar missile that shoots down US jets from beyond visual range. It destroys the enemy before they even know they are being targeted. IM-9X Sidewinder, the dogfighter, the most advanced infrared missile. The pilot simply looks at the enemy plane, even over their shoulder, and the missile follows his eyes to kill the target. GBU-39 SDB, the bunker buster, small, precise glide bombs. One F-35 can carry 8 of them internally, allowing it to wipe out an entire airfield's hangars in a single pass. C-130J Super Hercules, the Lifeline, a rugged tactical transport. It is the only aircraft capable of landing on short, icy runways to move fuel and ammo between isolated bases. CL-604 Challenger, the Eye in the Sky, a maritime patrol jet equipped with the Ocean Eye radar. It patrols the coastline to track the heat signatures of the U.S. fleet from high altitude. Black Hornet PRS, the Fly, a nano-drone the size of a finger. Infantry use it to scout inside buildings silently, transmitting live video without exposing the soldier. In the unforgiving north, it's not just about firepower, it's about surviving long enough to make the enemy freeze.